Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you, and today it's a bit of a news one. It's been a hot second since I've done some news. I've been a bit behind. So trying to play catch up, got a lot of bits and pieces to get done in life. One quick thing before we do jump into the news though, this Sunday for Fennekin Community Day, I'm here in Brisbane, not that you can tell from the inside of this hotel room, but I am here in Brisbane, Australia, up in the old QLD, the land of Queens. Going to be joining the local squad and doing a bit of a meetup. So 1 p.m. at the South Bank Ferry Terminal, like on the South Bank side, Golden Lure party from 1 o'clock. You won't be able to miss it. It's going to be, all the Golden Lures on the map. And then, of course, 2 p.m. kicking off for Fennekin Com Day. So come out, come say hey, come do a trade, catch some shinies together. Looking forward to seeing you all there. It's been a hot second since I've been up in Queensland. So jumping into the news. As of right now, so I've got the, news in advance as we sometimes get. But as of right now, there's a countdown timer ticking down for some form of live stream premiere or a video premiere on the official, Pokemon Go YouTube channel. But that should be accompanying this news for Shadow Raid's debut during the Rising Shadows event. I'm going to be doing a bit of reading, so can you face the Shadows, trainers? Shadows are Rising. Team Go Rocket has grown audacious. Ooh. They've discovered how to leave Shadow Pokemon to defend gyms. These new Shadow Raids are unlike any challenge trainers have faced yet in Pokemon Go. What's more, Shadow Mewtwo will return to Pokemon Go in Shadow Raids. Also, for the first time in Pokemon Go, you'll be able to encounter shiny Shadow Mewtwo if you are lucky. So I feel like just about every flavour of Mewtwo has been released up until this point, except for, Mega Mewtwo, but shiny Shadow Mewtwo will now be a possibility. So, legendary Mewtwo can be a shadow in raids, so some might say it is time for some raid shadow legends in Pokemon Go. Will Team Go Rocket's plan be thwarted, or will darkness fall over gyms worldwide? It's upon you, train. Okay, we'll try our best, maybe. So, from Monday, May 22nd, 10 a.m. to Sunday, May 28th, 8 p.m. local time. We're going to be seeing, well, the dates here are a little bit funky, but that's like the start of the general Rising Shadows event will be the Monday, but Mewtwo itself is not all week. So Shadow Mewtwo will be in 5-star Shadow Raids from Saturday, May 27th, 10 a.m. to Sunday, May 28th, 8 p.m. Just now thinking as well, I might try and skedaddle down to Sydney again or something just to get a few more raids in potentially, depending how we're all feeling about this. Which I guess is something to highlight. If these are going to be tricky little raids, you're going to need a lot of people to get them done. And depending how many people you have in your local community that are active players, it might be a tricky little task. The following Pokemon are also going to be appearing in Shadow Raids. So gyms not under Team Go Rocket control can still host other raids, but there will be some lower level Shadow Raids too. So this is going to be from the Monday 10 a.m. till the completion of the event. And additionally, over the weekend specifically, there will be a spike in just all Team Go Rocket gym activity apparently. So we're going to be seeing in 1-star Shadow Raids, Shadow Poliwag, Shadow Machop, Shadow Bellsprout, and Shadow Beldum, with shiny potentials for Poliwag, Machop, and Beldum. And then in 3-star Shadow Raids, Shadow Bayleaf, Shadow Quilava, Shadow Croconaw, and Shadow Sneasel, Shadow Sneasel being a shiny potential. There's a few things here in the regular raids that I'll just speed past for you, so nothing too crazy or changing there too much, just mostly a bit of a shake-up to the 1s and 3s. For wild encounters, we're going to be seeing Ekans, Golbat, Coughing, Houndour, Poochyena, Stunky, Skorupi, and if you're lucky, Hisuian Quillfish, and Scraggy. A couple of decent shinies in there as well if you are someone who's wanting to chase down and shiny hunt in the wild. It's been honestly a hot second since I've had some decent themed wild spawns. I've been enjoying the season spawns for sure, but it's sometimes nice to have a bit of flavour. For an event bonus, Team Go Rocket will be appearing more frequently at Pokestops and in balloons. There's going to be field research for Pokemon encounters as well as mysterious components and Stardust. Apparently for some special research, the professor's going to be tuning back in to check in with us and making sure that you are claiming all of that stuff before June 1st. Or I guess making sure that you're logged in to get the special research before June 1st. As long as you get it, you can complete special research whenever, but just make sure you actually log in to start it. And lastly, an avatar pose, kind of like flex on your enemies here, really just kind of staunch them in, walk in, you know, this is a bit of a two-part as well because it's like a click to read more. So let's go into a bit more detail on the raids. We've got some visuals here for what the, you know, shadow raids are going to look like on the nearby, what to expect. Also, Giovanni's camping out at these gyms as well. So in shadow raids, trainers can take on powerful shadow raid bosses, or also known as raid shadow legends, and have the chance to catch new Pokemon partners. So it sounds like they'll be pretty tricky ones to get done. While Team Go Rocket will be taking over a number of gyms, those that are left untouched may still host other raids. Trainers cannot raid the Shadow Legends or any Shadow Raids using remote raid passes, so no remote raid passes for these ones. Treat them like elite raids. And the Shadow Raids do not reward a team bonus for Premier Balls, probably because the gym appears to be black, so Team Rocket colours scheme for the gym, so no reward for, you know, if you guys are battling it down and trying to take over the gym beforehand. I don't know how that process will work beforehand. The gym will just turn black once the Raid Shadow Legend is on top, but no bonus for team colours. So yeah, I mean, just battle for fun if you're feeling like it. Otherwise, there's no stress in trying to change the gym to your team colour. A shadowy strength. At gyms hosting shadow raids, you'll find that Team Go Rocket has placed especially powerful shadow Pokemon as raid bosses. 3-star and 5-star shadow raid bosses will grow in rage as you battle them, boosting their attack and defense. Continue to hold your ground to weaken the shadow raid bosses to subdue them. So it seems like the further the longer the battle takes, or the more, you know, health you take off them, they actually can get increasingly stronger. It's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be some sort of, I guess, new battle strategy about, you know, leading with your weaker Pokemon and then finishing off with your stronger ones potentially for that. I'll be curious to see how much of an increase in, you know, attack and defense that there is to deal with there. Again, I'm sure I'll let you know when I know, because I'm back on the side of the world that gets things first, and hopefully it functions correctly at launch. And I can let you guys know what the general difficulty is. You can subdue shadow raid bosses using purified gems. A new item that can be assembled from shadow shards. Oh great, more words for me to have to remember. Shadow shards are mysterious gems that may be dropped by Team Go Rocket. Gather enough shards to use Professor Willow's newly invented shard refiner, and you'll be rewarded with a purified gem. There are multiple ways purified gems can assist your battle against enraged shadow raid bosses, against the raid shadow legends. When you use a purified gem during a shadow raid, the enraged shadow boss's attack and defense will be lowered temporarily. This can give you an opening that you need. You and your fellow trainers can use more than one purified gem during a shadow raid. If used at the same time, the effects will stack. If enough purified gems are used, the enraged shadow boss will be subdued, returning to its non-enraged state, which may give you the edge you need to defeat it. Learn more about shadow raids, shadow raid bosses, blah blah blah, visiting the help center. Okay, so sounding like there's going to be some sort of generalized mechanic of, as the battle goes on, things get harder. Do you have your what are they calling it, purified? Do you ever get weak juice? Throw the get weak juice at the boss somehow. I'm gonna guess there's a button in. Is there a button on this screen? Can I see a button? Oh yeah, actually the swap menu looks a little bit different. Looks like there's like a little cooldown timer on using the gems, the gems, the get weak juice. Throw a brick, basically. Throw the purified brick at the Pokemon. It looks like there's a little cooldown timer on that, and that will reduce the attack defense of your foe. It doesn't really specify here as well how, so saying Team Go Rocket can give you these shadow shards to make your purified brick. I'm curious if that is through rocket battles, through doing the 1-star and 3-star shadow raids, or both. I will ask that question while I'm editing this and see if I can get a response to put in here. I'll let you know if I hear back. Otherwise, you know, again, we'll be testing it when it drops. The Aussie and New Zealand beta testers will be on it for you. But yeah, interesting. Thoughts and feelings, let me know in the comments down below. It is, I guess, you know, another aspect of pushing people back to more in-person play, not being able to use remote raid passes, especially for something that's very desirable in the shadow. I guess for all intents and purposes, trying to just, I guess, look at these upcoming and changing features as though COVID never happened or something. Like, you know, before we had remote raid passes, this was just the way that we played the game. And even for myself, living in, you know, Newcastle's not a tiny city. It's the 6th largest city in Australia. We've got population. We've got a wonderful community of Pokemon Go players. we're just very spread out as well. Like we don't all live in like the city. Like we're not all, like some of us live 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes away from the city. So if we're all going to get together for a raid day, it has to be very, very coordinated, very well communicated that we're all going to meet at this location. You know, we have to hope that there's no construction work going on or the Formula One blocking access to like the most popular park that we play in. So even me as a person who lives in a decent city to play Pokemon in, I'm already considering, oh, should I go down to Sydney for the weekend for this? Because, you know, this is my job, doing the raids, all that sort of jazz. You know, even the initial gut reaction of, could I get this done casually, or could me and Alan and 4 friends get this done, or is it something where we're going to need a lobby of, you know, 15 people to succeed? And again, we'll have the middle of the week to try that out. I might just honestly do a bit of a test with me and Alan. Can you duo the 3-star shadow raids? I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Alan doesn't have the most perfect team set up, but that would be, I think, a great test for me to show you guys, is if you can do that. So I will do my best to do that through the middle of the week. Obviously there's no way, I guess, to predict, unless the data miners define something on the numbers for how difficult we expect Shadow Mewtwo to be. The whole thing with Shadow Pokemon is they hit like a Mack truck. They take a lot of damage and they deal a lot of damage. So it's more just going to be, do we as the players have decent enough team comps with the numbers that we have to get this done? Rural players, once again, I feel like you are going to be up a certain creek without a certain paddle, unless you are able to get to a local community, or, you know, unless you are in the mood or desire to recruit some friends to join playing with you, or family members. I think this is definitely going to be a trickier one. I'm sure 1-stars probably going to be fine, obviously. I say obviously, I have no clue, but I assume so. Again, I will absolutely keep you guys posted this week. I'll do some experiments, see if we can solo a 3-star. I don't know, maybe we can, just to give you guys that intel. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not, maybe you're kind of over raids anyway, and that's totally fine too. If you're still having fun with the game in however you're engaging with the game, keep doing you, boo. And if you're not, that's fine too. Find something else to enjoy your time with. Spend your time how you see fit. Let me know in the comments down below, thoughts and feelings. Are you all on board for Raid Shadow Legends, for the shady raidies, the getting your purified brick and throwing it at a Pokemon? Let me know. Again, I think this is potentially a really cool feature. Like, it's another thing for Rockets to kind of do in the game. I think there's still a lot of conflict over the whole narrative about Shadow Pokemon, and they're in pain and suffering, so please purify them. But when you purify them, they get weaker. Enjoy. Like, I think that was just never thought out correctly. It honestly should have been that they get stronger when they're purified, but hey. A bit more narrative in the game. A few different ways to get Shadow Pokemon if that's something that you like to do, that you like to chase, you know, the shadies. And I guess we'll see how it unfolds over the coming week. So, again, thoughts, feelings, comments down below. Oh yeah, the Master Ball. The Master Ball's coming out as well. I'm pretty sure every other creator under the sun has already done a video on that. I was pretty much still flying in when that announcement happened, but Master Ball is going to be released. There's going to be multiple ways to get them. My assumption is going to be that it's going to function like similar to how the golden lures, you can only have one of those at a time. The mystery boxes, the coin bag, you can only have one at a time. I'm going to guess that it's the Master Ball. You can probably only have, you know, here's one special, maybe it's one per season, maybe there's one per year, I don't know. Like, but, you know, get more in the future. So I guess once you get your Master Ball, you know, make wise choices, or don't. I'm not your mum. I think only ever used a Master Ball once in any playthrough, and I used it to catch a purple shiny. So use it or don't use it and see how, you know, but just keep that in mind that we don't know when we're getting the next one or how we're getting the next one. So before you accidentally use it on a Hoppip or something, have a think through. But anyway, thoughts, feelings, comments down below. Shadow raids, one of them being a legendary that is Mewtwo. As always, lovelies, I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Bye!